Abby and Jill for joining us today. Would you like to just tell us a little bit about your experience on the Building Capacity project that we've been running here at the college?
Sure. So I'm Jill Strachan. I'm a consultant psychiatrist based in Lancashire. And for the past year I've been doing clinical work at the Mother and Baby Unit in Manchester at Wythenshawe, and also at St Mary's, which is a tertiary maternity unit in Manchester. So that's allowed me to experience a wide range of different perinatal presentations at different stages in a woman's perinatal period, being able to learn some expertise in managing them.
I'm Abby Crutcho and I work down in Surrey, and I've spent the last year on the Bursary programme working in Hounslow in West London in a community team setting. And similarly, that has allowed the experience of having the hands-on work with the women and the families, getting down to seeing real people in real situations, and I think that's one of the best ways that you can learn is by having to go in there and actually do the job. But with the background and the support of the team and the mentor behind you, I think that's been a really valuable experience.
Yes, we didn't have any perinatal services in Lancashire, but we're going to be opening a Mother and Baby Unit next year. So it was really key to be able to learn how a Mother and Baby Unit works, how the multidisciplinary team works, and also be involved in recruitment and planning for the new unit. I think what the Bursary has allowed that other ways of doing it wouldn't have done is allowed our whole headspace really to be filled with perinatal. So we haven't had to keep dipping in and out of our normal day jobs, which I was in a crisis team. It's really allowed a much richer experience, a richer understanding, of not just the clinical bits, but all the networking bits and people that we have to engage with, like commissioners and business people in the trust.
And I think certainly it's lent a lot more credibility to us trying to take perinatal services forwards within our own areas. So similarly to Jill, we had no perinatal service within Surrey. We had and still do have a very strong perinatal network, but I think having the bursary holder come in for the last year really helped take it to that next level with applying for funding for a service, having somebody who had the time and the space to be involved in those aspects and could bring that clinical aspect and expertise to it. And it's been extremely successful for Surrey. We have now created a role of a perinatal clinical lead, which I've been appointed to, and we're now very much got more backing from STPs and from the areas behind us. So we are looking and are extremely positive that we will, in the next 6 to 9 months, be able to launch a specialist service where there hasn't been one so far, and I think the bursary has been really integral to making that happen.
Similarly, it's given us ways of getting in touch with women with lived experience, so they've been really key in helping us develop not only what the Mother and Baby Unit is going to look like, but they've been involved in interviewing the staff and helping us think about pathways and what we can really do as a service to help not just the women but their families from Lancashire and Cumbria, which is an area where they have to travel long distances really to get services.
And across the country we've now had 9 individuals, very experienced consultants who can now pull all of that knowledge together, and I think that's going to be a really useful resource, and the relationships that are formed there as part of the scheme and bringing that together across the country I think has been a really innovative and great idea.
What are you most looking forward to as clinical leads leading your own service?
Seeing the difference that it makes for the women in our area, really. It's difficult when we've worked with women in the past when there's been no services. They sometimes fall between the gaps, so they're not unwell enough to meet criteria for existing mental health services. But we know actually that there's a lot of risk associated with them that's maybe not been associated or understood, and so being able to make a difference to those women and to lead the development of the service I think is really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
And I think having that opportunity to now be able to take on the role of helping support the midwifery staff and the obstetric staff and working out in all the different areas where women are going to be seen and where they're going to have those mental health issues coming up, and helping those people on the front line who have to deal with those, and really helping identify those women who need that specialist input, but also getting out there with the education and the awareness and signposting women to the right services, and just helping it become a much more streamlined and responsive service for women across Surrey.
And as Abby says, it's raising awareness, so people are talking about it more. We've got Facebook, Twitter. We are doing training with not just junior doctors, but with our midwifery colleagues, people in IAPT, medical students, GPs, really making sure that the understanding of perinatal mental health services is improved, so that we detect more women, we can prevent, and we can, can I just say that again, get better outcomes.
I think that's great.